1.
I know it's a big step. I mean, I've been there almost 12 years now. But over the last few years, things have just gone from bad to worse, you know? And I just can't take any more of it. I've had enough of it all. I honestly just think it's time for a change.
Well, you sound like you've made up your mind.
I have, yeah. I mean, obviously I'll miss some of the friends I've made there, but I can still see them outside of work, can't I?
Yes, of course.
And to be honest, I can't wait to get started on the next part of my life. It's like a whole new beginning. It's going to be brilliant.
Well, good luck with everything. I really hope it all goes well.
Thanks. I'm sure it'll all be just fine.
2.
What's up?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just me being silly. I'll be all right in a minute. I've just had a bit of bad news, that's all.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you, but we went to look at a flat last month.
Yes, I remember you saying.
Well, we really liked it, but I've just heard that we didn't get it.
Oh, seriously? What a pain.
I know.
So, what happened? Last time we spoke, it sounded like it was definite. I thought the deal was done.
Well, we thought it was. We saw it, and liked it, and offered what we thought was a good price. And the owner said, fine, so...
Right, I remember.
But then he called us this morning and said he's had a better offer, and so it's not for sale anymore. So he's basically sold it to somebody else.
He's done what? A seller's really allowed to do that kind of thing?
Seems like it.
Oh, I bet you're really annoyed.
Yes, I am, but what can you do? We'll just have to start looking again.
Oh, you poor thing. That's awful.
3.
You're in a good mood today?
I am, yeah. With good reason.
Yeah? What's going on then?
I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I've been studying part-time to become a fitness coach.
Oh, really? Wow! I don't remember you telling me, but I may have just forgotten.
Well, anyway, I took my final exams last month, and I've just got my results.
And?
And I passed! With top grades! I can't believe it.
Oh, congratulations! That's amazing! I bet you're delighted.
I am. It's really made my day.
So what happens next?
Well, that's the scary bit, I guess. I need to start looking for a job, but it's a very competitive field. I mean, I'm really not sure I'll be able to find anything.
Hey, there's no point worrying about that just yet. One step at a time, you know?
I guess.
And well done again. We should go out and celebrate.
Conversation 1.
Good morning.
Hello, I'm Carolina Soto. I'm interested in the job as band director of the children's program, the one at the music camp.
Actually, that job is taken.
Oh, that's too bad.
But that's not the only possibility. I see you have experience working with teens?
Actually, I do. I teach piano in an after-school program at the local middle school. And I also give private lessons.
Well, how would you feel about a band leader position at the college? It would be with adults.
Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but I would consider it. I think my skills are transferable from children to adults.
That's great. People whose outlook is flexible usually do well in most jobs.
Conversation 2.
Good morning. Please come in.
Thank you. I'm Carlo Angelini. I'm interested in working in an international company, but I'm not sure what jobs might be available.
Okay. What do you see as your personal strengths, your soft skills, as they call them today?
Soft skills? Well, I was going to say I'm logical, and I can figure things out. When other people don't understand things or don't know what to do, They usually come to me.
Being able to solve problems is a really valuable skill in any job, and in all of life, too.
Conversation 3.
Hello. Please come in and have a seat.
Thanks. I'm José Alves.
Which job are you interested in, Mr. Alves?
Well, I'm not sure. My English is pretty good, and I'm free to travel. I've done a lot of volunteer work with both older and younger people.
Well, your lack of experience might not be a problem. We have jobs for people at every level. What would you say your strengths are?
Well, they say I work well with other people. Even when I don't agree with a policy, I do my best to work with my colleagues to support the goal. I figure we're all members of the same team.
That's a great quality. I know of a nice position that might be just right for you. It might not be exactly what you were thinking, but...
Conversation 4.
Hello, Mia Kim?
Yes, that's right.
Please have a seat, Ms. Kim, and tell me what you're doing now.
I'm currently working as a receptionist in a hotel, but I've just finished a course as a legal secretary, and I'd like to apply for the opening in Paris. I don't mind if it's challenging. I'd like to grow and learn new skills.
Do you speak French?
Yes. My parents both worked in France for a Korean company, and I went to a French-speaking school.
Well, I was going to suggest something here in the U.S., but as it happens, there's an opening for an English-speaking administrative assistant in a law firm in Paris. I know you'll learn a lot there.
Conversation 5.
Come in. You're Bonnie Kells, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. The list shows that there are jobs available for psychologists. I'm not a psychologist yet, but I'm studying psychology at night. I have training in human relations. This would be my first job.
First job? How exciting. We actually have quite a few entry-level jobs.
That's good.
Tell me, Miss Kells, what do you see as your strengths?
Well, I'm good at paying attention to what people say so I can understand their feelings.
Well, being a good listener is an essential skill for a psychologist. Let's take a look at a few possibilities for you.
Conversation 6.
Good afternoon. You must be Catherine Cummings?
Yes. I'm looking for a job.
Certainly, Miss Cummings. What kind of experience do you have?
Well, I'm an artist. I did the murals at the new reception area of the new Central Bank building.
You did those beautiful murals? I've seen them. They're so unusual. Was the design your own idea, or were you part of a team?
It was my own idea, actually. There was a competition, and they chose my design.
That's great. So what kind of job are you looking for? Is it something art-related?
Conversation 7.
Please come in.
Thank you. I'm Tom Mayer, and I'm a student. I'm looking for a summer job.
Okay. Tell me something about your skills and abilities.
Well, I know I'm pretty young, but people have always said I have a good head on my shoulders.
What do you think they mean by that?
Well, I'm careful. I don't take silly risks the way some people do. I have a track record of making good decisions. My mom and dad say I was born with common sense.
Excellent. I'm wondering if you might like to help in a children's athletics program on a cruise ship. They're looking for someone who's careful and responsible with kids.
Conversation 8.
Hi, I'm Marjorie Clark. I didn't have an appointment.
That's okay. Walk-ins are welcome. Tell me something about yourself.
So, I'd say I'm a people person.
A people person? Could you please explain what you mean, Miss Clark?
I just love working with people. And actually, people like working with me and for me. They say I'm a good boss, a good leader.
A good boss. Have you had any experience in management?
Yes, I have. My last 2 jobs have been in management.
Have you had any training in management?
To tell you the truth, no. I think I was just born a good manager. Maybe that's why people say they like working for me. I'd like to know if there's anything available abroad. I can speak Spanish.
Let's have a look.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Camilla Lopez and I'm the staff manager here. This induction meeting is going to be fairly informal. I just want to go through some information with you about company policies. You'll have a chance to ask any questions at the end. Let's start with some basic health and safety rules. We regularly have fire drills so that we know what to do in case of fire. When you hear the fire alarm, please don't use the lifts. Walk down the stairs and meet in the car park at the back of the building. Each department meets in a special place. Please look on this map to find exactly where you need to go. We run first aid courses from time to time, so please let me know if this is something you might be interested in. We must have at least 2 people in each department who have taken the course, so we are keen to get as many people as possible to do it. As an employee of this company, you are now also a member of the union. You can contact them or speak to your union representative if you need any advice or help. All contact details are on the company website. There's a strict policy on clothes. Please make sure that you always wear formal clothes. I know that most companies in this area tend to let their employees wear casual dress on Fridays, but I'm afraid that we're not one of them. We're constantly in contact with customers, so we need to look formal at all times. As a rule, the company has fairly flexible working hours. For example, if you need to change shifts or take some time off. Please try to talk to your manager in advance, though. Some people have a habit of asking for time off the day before, and then we might not be able to be so flexible. I think that's about it. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
Hi, Camilla. My name is George, and I've just joined the computing department. Can I ask what the company policy is on break times?
Yes, of course. You get 1 hour for lunch every day.
And is the time of the lunch break flexible?
You need to talk to your manager about that. I'm sure they will try to be flexible if you need to take your break at a certain time.
That's great. Thank you.
Any other questions? No? OK, well, I won't keep you any longer. If you do think of anything else you'd like to ask, then feel free to email me or come and see me on the 4th floor. My door is always open.
Five keys to success in almost everything. No matter what you do, study for a career, work at a job or a profession, care for a home or a business, or nurture a family, these principles are often the keys to success. 1. Avoid distractions.
I was promoted into my current position after my boss suddenly quit. My first assignment was to plan a sales meeting for 75 employees on short notice. Meals, rooms, transportation, you name it. It was all on my shoulders. To avoid distractions, I turned off my personal phone and screened my office calls to see if they were urgent. What ordinarily might have taken me a week to plan took only 2 days. Teresa Bowles, Houston, U.S.
2. Prioritize.
I'm an emergency room nurse, and I love my job because every day and every case is different. However, nursing school was challenging for me. I had too many things on my plate. To keep my head above water, I had to learn to prioritize, to take care of the most urgent things first. It turns out this was great training for the ER, where prioritizing patients' cases is a must. Paul Boucher, Montreal, Canada.
3. Persevere.
I'm a teen tour guide in the American West. On a recent trip, one girl, Lucy, had to deal with conditions that were personally difficult for her. She had always been afraid of snakes, and as luck would have it, she saw a snake outside her tent on the very first night. She wanted to go home, saying the trip wasn't worth it. The other girls convinced her to stay for one more day, and then one more day, and then just one more. Lucy could have gone home, but persevering till the end will be a key to her future success. Alex Moore, Boulder, U.S.
4. Maintain balance.
So I've got a high-pressure job in the financial industry. Some traders in the office work all night long. I was recently offered a promotion to the Asia desk, which could have doubled how much money I made. Because of the time difference, Asia trades take place in the middle of our Chicago night. And I started thinking about my 2-year-old twins, and hey, sometimes you just have to say no. In the end, I decided that no amount of money was worth losing that work-life balance for. So I turned it down. Peter Choi, Chicago, U.S.
5. Present a good image.
I'm a casual kind of guy, so I wore nice jeans and a gray tee every day to my entry-level job. Before long, though, I noticed my co-workers were moving up and I wasn't. My work was as good as theirs, so what was that about? An older colleague took me aside and said, "You should dress for the next job you want, not the one you have." Dressing and behaving like a manager made all the difference in the world. Look at me now, on the fast track to a job in management. Ethan Mark, Charleston, U.S.
Remote working on the rise. Working from home is no longer only for the self-employed. Based on the experience of recent years, companies have discovered that some employees are happier when working remotely. The employee works from home, a favorite cafe, wherever they want. But it's essential that they're connected all the time, in case a colleague wants to reach them. They take responsibility for keeping to a routine so that they meet their deadlines and don't fall behind schedule in their work. The company saves on the costs of renting office space, and the employee saves the cost of commuting. There are downsides too, of course. Remote workers can feel isolated unless they have regular contact with someone. And they have to find ways to avoid distractions. A person who isn't independent might prefer working in an office, but if a person is flexible and willing to deal with the challenge of turning their home into their workplace, it's ideal.
Good morning and welcome to the programme. I'm Greg Heller and you're listening to In My Town, the programme that keeps you up to date with what's happening locally. Today we have restaurant owner Anna Marchant with us. Hello, Anna.
Hello, Greg.
Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Now, Anna, you already own a cafe and a small restaurant, so you're a very busy lady.
Yes, I am.
And yet, you've got another project going on at the moment.
That's right, I have. I'm in the process of opening a new restaurant.
Fantastic. But why? Why open a third place?
Well, I love food, of course, and honestly, I think I get bored very easily. One evening, I was chatting with a chef friend, and we were talking about our favourite restaurants and what makes a restaurant great, and we realised we'd created an idea for a new restaurant of our own.
And so you decided to go ahead and make it happen?
Yes, why not?
I think a lot of listeners, and myself included, would say that's a great idea. But there's no way I could set up and run one restaurant, let alone 3.
Maybe we're both just a little bit crazy.
I don't think that's true. So tell us, where's it going to be?
In James Street, right in the centre of the old town.
Fabulous. And what's it going to be called?
It's going to be called Green Shoots.
Green Shoots. Why have you chosen that name?
Because the food I'm going to serve will all be foraged locally.
Foraged?
Yes. Foraging is when you find and collect food that is growing naturally. So, for example, I might pick berries from bushes by the side of the road or find mushrooms in the woods.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Thanks. I'm passionate about serving fresh, local, seasonal food.
But you won't be able to forage for everything on the menu, presumably.
Sadly, no, but I'll buy the rest of the food from local farms.
And how long have you been planning and working on the new restaurant?
Planning for about 3 years. The actual building work started 10 months ago.
And when will the restaurant open?
Well, it was meant to open in July, but unfortunately we've had some building problems. It's in a really old 15th century building, and the builders realised about 2 months ago that the ceiling wasn't safe.
Oh no.
Yes, it's a shame, because it means the building work has cost about £20,000 more than we'd expected it to. But the building has to be safe.
Yes, of course.
So now we're having a launch party on the 23rd of August. And of course, you're invited. It'll start at 7 in the evening.
I can't wait. Well, Anna, I wish you every success with Green Shoots.
Thanks, Greg.
Good afternoon. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
So, can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Where should I start?
Let's start with your qualifications.
Well, I've got a degree in tourism management, and I've been working in hotels, both here and abroad, for the last 5 years. I'm currently working as an assistant manager at one of the biggest hotels in Boston.
And why are you here today?
Are you asking why I am interested in the position of hotel manager?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I've been in my current role for 2 years, and I've gained lots of great experience. I'm ready to take on more responsibility and bigger challenges, and this role would give me the opportunity to do that. And your company's hotels have a great name around the world.
And, what would you bring to this role?
I think I have a lot to offer. I'm very enthusiastic about trying out new ideas to improve the guests' experience. I've always loved working with the public, and I have strong customer service skills. One of my main strengths is that I'm very flexible and good at handling unexpected problems.
Is there anything you could improve?
How do you mean?
What's your biggest weakness?
Well, I think I sometimes try to do too much myself instead of asking other people to help me. I know that as a manager, it's important to let your staff take responsibility for their work, but sometimes I find it hard not to be in control of everything.
Great, thank you. How do you think your colleagues would describe you?
Let me think. I think they would say that I'm friendly, reliable, and definitely enthusiastic about my job.
Can you tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult situation?
Do you mean at work?
Yes, or in your personal life, if you prefer.
Last year, one of our receptionists kept getting negative feedback from the guests, saying he was unfriendly and rude. I was really worried about talking to him about it. He's very sensitive and gets upset if anyone criticises him.
So what did you do?
I started by asking him...
One. In my last job, I was responsible for making payments to different people who work for us. I took pride in being very efficient and I thought I was doing a great job. Then, one day, a client complained that he hadn't been paid. I remembered his name and was sure I'd paid him, so sent a quick email saying that. We then had a slightly angry exchange of emails until I realised I'd sent the payment to someone with the same surname who was on our system. It was actually all my fault. Obviously, I should probably have been more careful to begin with and shouldn't have been in such a rush. But the bigger lesson was how I reacted. I was too proud. I shouldn't have immediately denied making the mistake. Basically, everyone makes mistakes, and it's better to assume from the beginning that it's your mistake. I've had a few other things like this, but I've avoided any bad disagreements since then.
2.
When I joined my current company, it was losing sales. As the marketing assistant, I was responsible for improving our online marketing. I proposed a number of different ways to improve the website and also created a social media campaign, which attracted a lot of interest. We gained an extra 1,000 visitors per day to our website, and sales increased by 5% from the previous year. I actually won a company award for the work.
3.
Last year, I was only the second best salesman in the company. I consider that a failure. I should have been number 1.
4.
When I was at college, I was doing a design project and I found it difficult to get started. I spent too much time researching. I was then ill, which delayed things. I did manage to finish the writing and design, but it was supposed to be nicely printed and the printing took too long. I missed the deadline and failed the project. I learnt a lot from the experience. Firstly, I should have talked to my tutor earlier when I was struggling. I also needed to think about deadlines differently. Secondly, I should have planned to finish the project at least a day before I needed to hand it in, so I'd have time to spare if there were problems. Finally, when I realised I wasn't going to meet the deadline, I should have at least spoken to the tutor to see if I could hand it in a little later, and if that wasn't possible, I should just have handed in the unfinished work. Obviously, I would have got a lower grade, but I still might have passed rather than getting a mark of 0.
As many as 1 in 8 adults now work nights, and on average we sleep 6.5 hours a night or day, compared to 8 or more in earlier times. We may see this 24-hour culture as a sign of progress, but recent research suggests nightlife and reduced sleep is bad for us. Here to discuss this is Sean O'Brien, who works nights at a 24-hour restaurant, and Professor Caroline Bray, a sleep expert. Sean, first you. I think you work nights by choice, right?
Absolutely. I've never really been a morning person. I was always late for school and struggled there, so nights are good for me. And it's a different atmosphere. People don't rush so much. They're more relaxed. Honestly, you have amazing conversations at 4 a.m. that you'd never have in daylight.
Caroline?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Sean is happy in his work, which is great, and I think it probably helps that he's chosen his lifestyle. But what we've found is that, on average, night workers age quicker and don't live as long. They get fatter, have higher rates of heart disease, and suffer from depression more.
Wow. And that's because of what? Lack of sleep?
Night workers do sleep less, but it seems that daytime sleep is also different. So, for example, you use 15% less energy sleeping during the day, which is why night workers put on weight. In fact, our whole bodies work differently at night compared to the day. Our heart, our body temperature, everything's controlled by a natural system we can't change. It's just how we are.
Does that concern you, Sean?
Well, obviously, weight isn't a problem for me. And because I work nights, I have more holiday, which means I can travel more and relax, and catch up on sleep.
Does that make a difference, Caroline?
Maybe to some extent, but the evidence is strong that any night work is harmful in the long term. We're talking about the brain aging an extra 6 years for every 10 years people work nights. And, of course, it's not just the workers who are harmed. In stressful areas such as medicine, there are 3 times more errors on night shifts than there are during the day. And in other professions, there's lower quality work.
Hey, I think my brain is as good as anyone's.
Obviously, these are statistics, so it might not be true of every single individual. But, as I say, the evidence is really very strong and affects the vast majority.
But what's to be done about it? Sean certainly seems happy enough, and can we do without night work? It seems unlikely.
Well, I'm not sure we need all night work, but yes, you're right. I don't have all the answers, which is why I'm a scientist and not a politician.